All right, what is up? This is Coach Todd. I am coming to you live here. It is Monday, May 8th. Already a week into May. That means we're more than a third of the way through the year. So we've got this month. We're really talking about how to hit big goals, right? Inside of your fitness, inside of your new training, inside of your nutrition, inside of your mindset, inside of your supplementation, what we can do. What's up, Kevin? How we doing, buddy? I know that Kevin can barely feel his arms right now after that workout that we just did. Um, crazy, crazy, fun level 4 stuff that Kevin's doing with us. So um, tonight, what up, Ryan? How we doing, buddy? Um, Ryan just moved on to a new phase in level 3. Wonder how that went for him. How'd that go for you, Ryan? Anyway, we're going to get rolling. I'm Coach Todd. If you haven't been here before, this is the STB Locker Room Facebook group. You may be watching this on YouTube. I do post these on YouTube as well, on our STB YouTube page. So check that out. Go subscribe so you don't miss anything. You can always find our videos there if it's easier than finding it in our Facebook group. But we really, getting ready to do it late night. All right, yeah, baseball, all that good stuff going on. Softball. Oh, Ryan's a busy dude. Tonight we're going to talk about personal responsibility. I'm going to bring Coach Denny in here shortly, and we're going to not give you just one way, but 8 ways to take personal responsibility for hitting your biggest goals. All right. So number 1, you got to have a goal. Okay. I think most of us have wishes, right? We wish we looked better. We wish we felt better. We wish we had more energy. We wish these things. And we know we've been told. I'm not the first person to tell you that you need to eat better, you need to exercise, you need to sleep better, you need to take care of yourself in order to feel better. Um, but I know lots of times people really struggle with the follow through, right? Like, I'll start Monday, right? I'll start Monday. Today is literally my 182nd Monday in a row without missing a Monday since I started counting Mondays. So I typically have trained every Monday for maybe the last 10 years. So I can't remember. I mean, it used to be International Chest Day, right? So I can't honestly think, but since I actually started tracking, and that's one thing that I find guys don't do is they don't track, right? Literally had a guy hit me up at work today and was like, "Hey, I'm kind of struggling with squats." I'm like, "Well, are you being consistent?" And he's like, "Well, I got 2 kids and one on the way and my job." I'm like, "You got 3 days off. You only need one leg day, one squat day. You only need one, right? Like, come on, right?" And once again, lots of times as a guy, we don't want to take that personal responsibility. We want to, it's not our own fault, right? It couldn't be my fault that I'm not getting it done. And that was me for 20 plus years, guys. Once again, I'm not perfect. I've never been perfect. I struggled just as bad as probably most of all of you have. I know our VIP guys, we all share the same struggles uh, when we talk every Wednesday night. And so if you are someone who struggles with follow through, you're going to want to save this video for when you want to stay in bed or scroll through social media or whatever to avoid doing what you need to do, right? So once again, if you're new to the community, I'm Coach Todd from Nebraska, middle of nowhere. Why should you listen to me? I've been there. I've done it. I've been able to not only lead myself through this journey, but hundreds of other guys, so they can shred the dad bod, so they can feel, look, and perform like they did in their prime. Right now, for some of us, their prime's different than others. Right, but getting back to there, that's what we do. And this month, we're talking about taking big action towards goals, and tips that I'm about to give you are critical for making that happen. Before I do, I'm going to bring Coach Denny in. What's up, Coach Denny? Coach Denny's out in Ohio. What's up, buddy?
How you guys doing?
Long day of work.
Yeah, long day at work. It's been raining a lot. So tonight was mowing. We got soccer, we got baseball, we got motocross, I
Yeah.
don't even know. Like, I just
Well, we
asked the
still
wife.
get.
I'm like, "Hey, dude, is Riker done with soccer?" She's like, "It's only Monday," and I'm like, "Okay." So we got a long week ahead of us of plans. So
So we're gonna have 8 tips to take personal responsibility tonight. Um, so let's just dive in. Right. Number one, hold yourself accountable. Right. I know this seems really super obvious, but when you take personal responsibility for your life, it allows you the freedom to tackle your problems and celebrate the victories. Right. Head on. Right. So Denny, this is one that I know. I hold myself. I have non-negotiables every day, right? Then he knows this. I preach it. So, and even if just my little workout, getting that done every single day for 1,269 days now, I get to celebrate that, right? And I know it's non-negotiable, and I hold myself accountable to getting it done. What's up, Eric? How you doing, buddy? Um, so and I think the thing is when you tell yourself you're going to do something, you got to do it, right? So many of us say we're going to do it, and then more often than not it's easier to not do it, and then you get used to basically lying to yourself, right? And once again, this was me, 20 years of it. I'm going to start Monday, and I'm going to work out every single day for the next 12 weeks, and it would be 3 days, and I'm like, screw that. Like, and that is hard, because once you actually hold yourself accountable, it gets easier and easier. Like, I'm telling you, when I started this whole 1269 days in a row, I did not want to get on that bike at all. Denny didn't know me then, but he knows me now for the last couple of years, and it's just non-negotiable at this point, because I know it's going to happen every single day, and the more you do it, the more progress you're going to make, right? So you got number 2, bud.
yeah, and right there with the hold yourself accountable, I would say I just got to add this. When you don't have a lot on your plate, it's real easy to coast, right? And
Hmm.
when you're holding yourself accountable, if you're writing down a list of things that you need to accomplish, when you start checking those off, you get those endorphin releases. You actually find that you're getting more done, and so when your plate's overloaded and you have that list, and if you don't have a list on an easier day, guess what? You seem to get more done when you're overloaded than when you're not. It just follows right
Well,
along with it.
well, that's an awesome point to make. The most successful people are the busiest people. Like, if you want to get, like, if I go to somebody in, like, at my job, I go to the guy that is the busiest, because I know he'll get it done, right? Because he's always getting shit done, right?
Yep.
I'm not going to go to the
Complacency will
guy that
kill
I
you.
know. I'm not going to go to that guy that I know that this might get done or might not get done, right? Because he likes
Yeah.
to coast, right? So good,
Well,
great, great
and that
take.
actually ties right into the second one. Ask for help if you need it. I am a huge proponent of this one. If there's something that I'm not good at, I will search out the best, and I will ask. I'll say, "Hey, can you help me with this? Is this something that you're willing to, can I pay you for your time? Can we get this accomplished?" So ask for help if you need it. It also helps for some. There's a lot of alpha males in here, right? Not everybody's an alpha male, but we know there's a lot of alpha males in here, and it's something where you have to kind of push your ego off to the side. And if it's not something that you're accustomed to doing, it might feel weird, right?
Hmm.
And you trust me, when you do it, it's every day. It's no big deal. But when you first go to do it, you might feel a little queasy or something of that nature. But just get over yourself. Go do it. Nobody cares. Nobody really does care. Just go ask. You're going to let the person who is helping you feel good, right? So it's a win-win, and then you yourself, you're going to get further down that path that you're looking in a faster time that's more efficient. So
Yeah,
Number
absolutely.
2 is awesome.
Yeah. So number 3, let's jump into that one. Don't compare yourself to others. All right. So often, we have that syndrome, right? Uh, well, he looks like that, or he can do this. Like, guys, I can't do a whole bunch of pull-ups, but right now in the program that we're in, there's pull-ups, and they're hard, and they're not a lot of fun, but I know at the end of this 12 weeks, I'm gonna be able to do a lot more than I can right now, right? But if I would put myself up against David Goggins in a pull-up contest right now, I would lose miserably, right? Like the guy holds the world record for pull-ups, right? So I comparing yourself, it's a really sneaky one, right? Uh, because it's easy to look at other people and just go, well, I'll never be as good as them, so I might as well just give up, right? Like, you know, but we're all born with different strengths, right? Different
I was
weaknesses.
going to say that, coach. Play to your own strengths, man.
Yeah, right. So, and I think a lot of people want to, focus on their weaknesses more than they do their strengths, right? So, um, don't get me wrong, pull-ups are a weakness for me, and I'm going to focus on them for 12 weeks and get better at them. I'll never be David Goggins and do 4,000 whatever pull-ups in less than 24 hours, right? Like I'll never do 4,000 pull-ups this year. But you know, focusing on your play to your strengths, right? It's a big thing. So, and it really is what builds you, right? Uniquely you. So, let other people inspire you, but also let your own gifts, shine, because you never know who you're going to inspire, right? Um, and that's a huge thing. We have such a possibility to shine the light on other people. And that's one of the biggest things we do inside of this group, I hope, is shine the light on you guys and let you know what's possible, right? Not necessarily can you bench press what I can, or can you dunk a basketball like Denny, or hit a softball however damn far I seen you hit one time. I cannot hit a softball that far, and I'll guarantee you can't bench press what I can. But that's your strength. My strength might be on the bench press, right? So, uh, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop doing what I'm doing because Denny's so much better at hitting a softball than me. So, number 4, bud. Let's jump into that.
All right. Oh, well, I would say, expect the unexpected, right? So there's not one person on the face of this earth, no matter how much they've tried and they've planned and they've, written it down to a T, they have never, ever, ever been able to do exactly what they wanted to with no derailment, with nothing to change it up. That's why when you talk about David Goggins, that's why when the Navy SEALs, that's why when our Rangers, they don't just have plan A, they got B and C, they got the backup plans, they got the they got the
Contingencies.
contingencies, right? Because they know shit's not going to go to plan, right? It's not going to be
Right.
perfect. So the
Right.
thing is, it's pretty much inevitable that at some point you're going to fall off track. So plan for it. Me, when it comes to eating, I get somewhere and we got something going on, and then boom, it's just like, yeah, I never had that before, and we're out to eat, and I'll eat a little bit more. I will, I'll add some more fiber the next day. I'll eat a little bit lighter. I may shake it up instead of, doing a bunch of oatmeal, like a big bowl of it, or knowing ahead of time that we're going to go to this awesome Italian restaurant, right? I know I'm like, I might want to, I might want to lighten up before I get there because I know I'm going to go and enjoy myself, right?
Hmm.
Life doesn't need to be, super painful. Like we overeat, just plan for it. And that's just one instance. That's just on food. One of the things that we plan for, especially in our programs, we plan, we actually build trainings together that have your recovery built in. You can't see it because all you see is the workouts, but we have the recoveries built in. And then, even some of the plans, it's literally like, hey, this is a recovery day. This is this,
Hmm.
this is that. So I guess you can see it, but you know, that's us planning it for you so you don't have to think about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's a huge point. I think the next one's probably my favorite one is strengthening your inner circle, right? So we all become the five people that we hang around the most, right? So if you're hanging around guys that are overeating, over drinking, not working out, they got all the excuses in the world, like that's what's gonna help, right? That's kind of the road you're on, right? So um but when you get around guys that have the same mission as you, the same goals as you, the same, you know, we're always inside of the locker room trying to progress, right? So many guys just get comfortable at average, right? And your life is meant for so much more. So when you get around other guys, and that's why hopefully you come in and watch these videos every Monday, and it can motivate you, it can inspire you, and we're also here for valuable support, right? When shit gets tough. Um, I had a guy, one of our guys reach out to me today with an injury, right? Like he's like, man, I've got this IT band is tight. What do I do? You know, that's when you're around guys that deal with that stuff, then we can make a plan, right? So in this support system, it can be online in this group, our VIP, our different programs that we have, that kind of stuff. It can be, at home. It could be, a gym that you're going to, that kind of thing. But really, you would need to find people with the same interests, same goals, same kind of commitment level that you want to have. And if you don't have those yet, but you want them, find people with them and hang around them until they're they'll they'll bleed into you, right?
I'm gonna
Uh,
I'm gonna do the pitfall portion, man. So
mhm.
if you don't know where your strength is in your inner circle, if your inner circle is the guys that you drink with at the bowling alley, like those are the first five guys you think of. If it's the guys that are you're online, it's like, man, I got to get online and play with Mike tonight. They did a new drop on a new map, and you're getting in there and you're playing with all your buddies, and that's where your focus is consistently at. It's not that you can't love on those friends. It's just where am I heading with this, right? Right. So
Yeah,
if that's your inner circle, if you fall into a pitfall, there's nothing wrong with these guys, but does it help with the goals that you have? You know, and if it lines with it, great. If it doesn't, we need to make some changes. Be
yeah,
real with
absolutely.
yourself.
And I think number six is obviously what we preach a ton of. You got to take care of your body. If you want to accomplish big things in life, it starts with your body, right? When you eat healthy, when you exercise enough, when you sleep well, when you manage your stress, do all the self care things, right? It's going to give you the energy you need to reach your goals, and not only reach them, but like exceed them and have a full and active life. And isn't that really what it's all about, right? Like so many guys are sitting on the sideline. They're not even on the sideline. A lot of them are still in the stands, right? And I talk about this almost every week, and I'm going to keep talking on it. Like they're sitting in the stands watching life go by, wondering what, and they're not taking personal, like that guy's lucky. Like, you know,
I got
they're
to share when you're ready,
they're
coach.
absolutely, and there's guys that I hear all the time is like, well, you know, you're just genetically gifted, Todd. Like I would never be able to get that big. Well, no, not with that mindset, right? Like, no, you won't. But I firmly believe, like, guys, I was a little guy, like little, and I've been big on the wrong side of it, right? So to me, it all comes down to consistency in taking care of your body in the right ways, putting the right fuel in, training, right? Mindset, recovery, all that good stuff. And that's how you live a full and fulfilled life, right? So go ahead, coach, share.
So I coached my kids' soccer team, and we just finished the season. Everybody, seemed to have a great time. Just put a shout out to the parents group. It was like, hey, I really appreciate it. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, each and every kid was a pleasure to coach and to be around. And, it was my honor to be there for that. One of the parents shot back, is like, hey, appreciate you and your wife for all you did. And I'm like, well, that wasn't my wife. It was another parent, but thank you. And my wife was watching our other kid chuckle. So that was fun. Um, but I had messaged him because I remember we had talked about his health 5 6, and he was passionate. He's really like, man, I need to do this. And I'm like, hey, and I reached out, right? I got over my ego and I said, hey, man, because I knew it was for the better of him. And I'm like, so how is your health? Have you got everything changed around? I see, we're in the same boat, Aiden, or, your son, my son, they're the same age. And that's when the ball dropped. And he's like, hey man, I've had like 3 heart surgeries, open this, stint that. Like, I had to look some of the stuff up, pacemaker, and I'm like, well, listen, if that's not a wake up call, I mean, what is? I mean, let me know when's good, and if you want to talk about this, and let's see what we can do going forward, so that me and you can both be around and enjoy our kids' graduations together. This man had messaged me back in 2017. It's 2023, and had he got off his ass in 2017, all that wouldn't have happened, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
there's a lot of pain in sitting back on the sidelines, because it could hit you so hard, it's going to be tough to recover, right? I got
Yep.
into a fight with Mike Tyson, tough,
Yeah.
but thank you,
So
coach.
yeah, let's go to number 7. Acknowledge your feelings and then take action anyway, right? It's normal to get down sometimes or even be fearful, right? And it's important to really pay attention to when that happens, when you're fearful of something, or you're just feeling down and out, right? And you're like, screw it, I'm not going to do this. But once you take action, that gets you out of that rut, right? Gets you out of that negative mindset. Do it anyway, right? Like, do it for you. Don't do it for anybody else. If you've had a bad day or a setback, uh, what can you do to help yourself feel better, right? Do it. And I think that's sometimes the hardest part. Obviously, that was for me. Like, oh, I'm gonna start. It was Tuesday and I already fell off, and it was like, oh, I'll start Monday, right? So I'd put off that action for 6 days or 5 days or whatever. Take action. Once you take action, and I'll just real quick story. We went out to work out today. My daughter's been joining me in these workouts, and she's like, I got a headache. And I'm like, well, the headache will be gone after the workout. And she's like, no, it won't. And I mean, Denny knows I talk about this all the time with her. She literally dreads every single workout with me. And after every single workout, she's like, that was awesome. And I'm like, why can't you just be excited to go work out instead of grumpy? You'd even have a better workout. But she's like, I got this headache. Don't turn the music up loud. Well, I have some, well, your headache's going to be gone in a little bit. I mean, we're literally 8 minutes into the workout. She's like, my headache's gone. Like, yeah, because you're stressed and the exercise took the stress off and your head feels better. So lots of times people get headaches, take Tylenol, and go lay on the couch, watch Netflix, right? Go for a walk. Wouldn't believe how often that will cure your headache, just getting some movement in. So got to take the action no matter what, and acknowledge that, that fear, that, like, getting through that fear, it creates a really cool chemical reaction in your body. And last, focus on positive, right? Number 8, positive, like, power of positivity is a real thing. It's proven by science. Listen, I remember when I first started talking about this shit, uh 3 4 years ago, hey, mindset. And even I had a hard time at the time, like when I first started talking mindset, that it actually worked, right? But now I've been in it for so long, like, it really does work, right? So positivity, most importantly, self-talk, right? Your own self-talk. Like, if you're talking to yourself like, I'm a loser, I'm a fat ass, I I don't deserve it, da, 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 it's all bullshit. You got to turn that around, flip the script, right? Flip that script. Whenever you feel like saying I'm a fat asshole, like, all you got to do is flip the script and say, what can I do right now in order to make sure that I don't stay where I think I am, so I can move forward, right? You
Yep.
never deserve, yeah. So
for
turn it
those
around.
who are having difficulty, like, oh yeah, that's great, Todd, you can do that. That's great, Coach Denny. I get it. You guys can do that, but you've been in, you've been doing this. The real simple deal, and I can point you to some peripherals for this, but this is Huberman did this one actually. And it's been in many doctoral studies. But if you take remember them ALCDs that they would send to us, like who's old enough, like most of the guys. So if you remember just throwing those in the trash, breaking them apart, throw them in the trash, things like that. So if you're like, dude, you're such a fat ass, it's like you got to take that thought and just honestly picture yourself just taking that thought and putting it to a trash basket, throwing it away. This here, it works up here with your Abdullah, but it works up in your brain and it starts to engage and it starts to solidify for you to where it actually, you're thinking like, your thought process, you're working right with your thought process to where those things are getting, your brain's like, I'm pretty sure he wants to get this out of his mind. And when you do that, you also want to think about the positive portion and like, man, I am a man of God. I can do this. I can jump this. I can throw this. You tell yourself these things too, and your mind and your brain is going to shift away from I'm a fat slob to I can throw 68 feet. Right. Um,
Yeah.
super simple. What do you got for that, Coach Todd?
Yeah, I just staying focused on the positive. I think that is a game changer in all aspects, every single aspect of your life. Being able to be positive. It's not always easy. People die around you, right? It's not like I want you to show up at a funeral like, "Hey, I can't believe Jimmy died. Awesome." Right? That's not what we're talking about, but how do we learn from those things that happen to us, and how do we take that and I mean, maybe Jimmy died of a heart attack, right? Like, once again, those are wake up calls. Like, I had a good buddy at 42 years old have a heart attack. That was 6 years ago for me. We were same age, and that was a wake up call for me, right? Like, okay, like I better start taking this shit seriously. This just happened to my buddy. We did, you know, so, um, but yeah, so those are the 8 ways to take personal responsibility. I think we've gone 27 minutes. And there's one other way to take personal responsibility, and that's create a plan or work with the coach that can help you stay focused on the actions that get results. So often, doing something's better than doing nothing. 100%. But literally, a lot of guys walk into the gym, throw shit against the wall, and hope it sticks with no plan, or maybe they think they have a plan, or they've got some free daily workout from some app, and they're hitting that, which once again I'll tell you is better than doing nothing. But once you tie in the 4 pillars: training, nutrition, supplementation, mindset, like we have set up in our STB 6-week hero challenge, I mean, it's a game changer. Are you going to drop all the weight you need to drop in 6 weeks? No, maybe you'll lose 8 pounds, maybe you'll lose 20 pounds, but the hero challenge is set up to help build that foundation of consistency inside of all 4 pillars so that you can really take it to the next level. And right now you can sign up at stblockerroom.com/hero challenge, and it's 80% off. 80% for this group. And really, there's pretty limited spots on this. We can't take everybody. So that's really all I got for this week, Coach. What do you got? Anything? Any closing?
No,
So you're good to go.
if you listen, if you take action on half of these pillars, you're going to be, better head. I honestly feel like, hey, pay attention to all 8, but if you hone in on 1, 2, that's a start, and I'm proud of you.
Yep. Awesome. So make it an amazing week, guys. If you haven't done something, get out there, do it. Never miss a Monday. Just break a sweat. Once again, doing something is better than doing nothing. All right. But if you really want to fast track results, fast track mindset, your body, all that, reach out. That's what we're here for, to help you. And next week we're gonna jump into the truth about willpower. So I'm excited to bring you that training next week. Um, you know, because I think everybody has different opinions on willpower. So I'm excited to get into that training next week. So we'll see you back here Monday next week. Once again, reach out. We're here. Support programs, whatever you need, reach out. God bless. Much love. Peace out.